In the new world of Overlord, Soul Eaters are legendary for their destructive power. Just 3 of them, summoned by the until then very much underestimated undead cult Zornon, in his city of the Beastman Nation, managed to claim the lives of over 100,000 of them, despite Beastmen on average being significantly stronger than the average human in the new world. But this is also the reason so many fell, that this city became also known as the Silent City, because weak and average beings will have their souls devoured by the Soul Eater, merely by being in close proximity, which in turn will hear these undead deeds. So only the truly exceptional will be able to withstand them, and therefore even the very good beastmen, who were not strong enough to face them, fell by the thousands. But weak humans actually knew that they needed to flee if they wanted to live. And thus greater numbers of enemies will also make it more likely that a Soul Eater will win any engagement. And when fighting against an otherwise equal hero, their larger numbers, their supporters, will turn from a strength into a deadly weakness. Because every single weak being for a Soul Eater is essentially just a health pack, making these undead cavalries not only excellent shock troops, but also the centerpiece of a merciless strategy Ainz Ooal Gown's military used during the conflict between his sorcerer kingdom and the kingdom of Rhea's ties. The Soul Eater were in a first step airlifted over many enemy fortifications and towns, and then dropped straight onto them, preferably into the rear of the enemy forces or the market square of an entire city. Now even these undead creatures would take heavy damage after falling from these heights, and if a Soul Eater becomes stuck in a basement, like the Killdozer, or so many sisters in so many animes, then it is essentially game over for them. But those who survive the fall and retain their ability to move will find ample prey behind enemy lines, and then begin to devour the souls around them, of weak civilians, of anyone in the rear, and therefore also evading the strongest part of any enemy formation, quickly healing themselves back up to full health. And that way entire towns, despite being guarded by strong warriors and vastly superior numbers, could be decimated by just a few Soul Eaters, who finally will also anchor themselves permanently in the new world of Overlord, in the world of the living, thanks to these devoured souls, instead of fading away after a certain time, thus further increasing the undead army of the sorcerer king Ainz Ooal Gown.